How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of a breakdown for the Scotland v Finland game. Now, as a spectacle, that first half was something we can all forget about. It was an absolute snooze fest and an absolutely dreadful game. I honestly don't even remember one thing that happened apart from there was maybe a yellow card and there's possible chance of somebody hitting the post. It was boring. Nothing of note at all. There was great link-up play between Tierney and Robbo, but that's realistically where most of our attacks coming through. Everything really started to come into play in the second half. Now, we'll chat about the goals one by one. The first goal, where it was that brutal own goal, there was definitely a bit of luck on our side. So we have to remember we have luck for that one. The second goal was a unbelievable header from Shanklin, and great for his confidence now that he's actually got that goal going into Germany. We'll take that all day long. Robbo actually didn't have the best game overall, but he did produce some good crosses that resulted into games, and realistically, if that's all you get at the end, we take them all day long. So that put us 2-0 up. We were cruising. Craig Gordon comes on. He gets himself his cap for 20 years since his debut against the Trinidad and Tobago game or something like that. Then Grant Hanley decides to fall asleep and we concede a goal. Right, it happens. 2-1. Brutal. Then that penalty for Craig Gordon. I can't help but feel bad for the guy. He did not deserve to concede 2 goals after coming on. He really didn't. He got that ball, and how that was a penalty, I don't know. Had flashbacks of the Scott McTominay goal being ruled out by VAR as well. But we did get lucky with the first goal and then unlucky for that one. So I think a draw was realistically a fair result overall when I'm reflecting on it now after the game. But it hurt at the time. The boys deserved the confidence to go in, and hey-ho. They performed well, and situations changed. A little bit of sleeping, a little bit of switching off time. But we have some positives to take away from the game. Conway looked electric coming on. Absolutely fantastic, and he got a good few shots on target and made some overlapping runs. I was very impressed with him, especially in the short space of time that he had. He is going to look good for actually coming on. I don't think he'll start for us, but when you're a goal behind, maybe late on, he's the type of player I'd like to bring on, especially if you're down in the dumps. Other results for tonight. England, I'm just going to confirm loss because they were losing to Iceland. And, yep, they lost to Iceland. But they're going to win the tournament, aren't they? Apparently. That's what everyone says. They're going to win. Germany did come back to beat Greece. They had an 89th minute winner from Pascal Gross. They were losing for a good bit of that game, but hey-ho. They are Germany. They are going to do well in the tournament. I think even I got a little bit optimistic when I saw the score throughout the game, but they're still going to do well. But back to Scotland anyway. There was a lot of positive lights tonight. Kieran Tierney, whenever he puts on a Scotland shirt, is a shining star. That player is, he leaves nothing on the pitch. He just absolutely leaves nothing. He does his absolute heart in, and you can't be proud of the fact of everything he does. Billy Gilmore, he didn't do that well today. I'm like the sub that came on for Ryan. He obviously got subbed off for Ryan Jack. Ryan Jack looked puffed out after just a couple of minutes. I'm a bit concerned about his fitness. He didn't really make any. He made no impact really, which is a bit disappointing because normally he's done pretty well in previous Scotland appearances. So I don't know what's really going to happen there. I might drop him from the starting 11. That a lot of people did have him in, but a lot of them were Rangers fans and things like that, but he's not really done enough to really cement himself in that squad for me. Ryan Christie looked alright in spells, not really much. Lewis Morgan, he came on, I think he had about 4 touches of the ball, so it's really hard to judge him on that because he came on quite late. Ralston had a very good game at right back, probably now going to be the starting right back because he done far better against Finland than McCrory did against Gibraltar, that's for sure. Grant Hanley, he's getting dropped. Porteous will be sliding clean back into that spot. Hendry made a good, weird decisions, let's say, in positioning and shots, but he was pretty solid at the back. I don't think he lost his man too often, and he'll definitely be staying there. Tierney and Robertson clear in their spots. And John McGinn had moments to shine, but I don't think anyone really got on the end of his brilliance today. He was able to turn his man a good few times and find space, but then there was just no one available for him, and he just got crowded out of the ball. He had a bad shot earlier on too, but like all players have that time to time. So I think there is a little bit of opportunity for him to grow when he actually has his full squad around him. Was quite surprised not to see McTominay come on, even though Clark did hint at that during the week. But I think he was more looking for the fact of like these other boys need to run in, and bringing Craig Gordon on was obviously something it needed to happen for him, for how much of a legend he's been for Scotland. But overall, was it the right choice? We don't know. But looking to the next week, we have the major game against Germany, which the entire world is going to be watching. And we will be doing another live watch along on the channel. So if you are new around here, please make sure to drop a sub down below. We'll be giving away prizes and things like that next week, because it is going to be such a big game. And we're going to be having a lot of fun. But what would we be doing differently in that game? We're definitely going to be having Angus Gunn straight into that back over Craig Gordon, because as the rumours are true, Craig Gordon is not going to be starting in that game. He's going to be dropped as one of the players, which is realistically the right decision, as bringing 4 goalkeepers for where we're only going to have a minimum of 3 games is quite silly. I don't see anyone else really getting into that slot. Liam Kelly, I did think was going to be dropped and they would bring Gordon, but dropping one was the right decision. What were we going to do going forward now? So that midfield needs rearranged a bit. The back 5 is correct, and I would be obviously having Robertson and Ralston as full backs, and then the 3 in the middle is going to be Tierney, Porteous and Hendry. That's for sure. That's definitely the back line I would go with. Midfield, McTominay has to come in. Possibly drop Billy Gilmore, even though he does far better for Scotland. He's sort of dropping off a wee bit. I'd bring McGregor in there beside McTominay and have McGinn sort of in that attacking role as well. Out on the wings then, I would definitely be having Christie. He just offers so much more there at the minute. And possibly John McGinn then on the left-ish, being able to switch into that position. And I don't know. I'm going to have to go and reassess on that, so I'll probably post a link on my Instagram. I'll just try to think about the positions and who we've got. And it would be starting probably Che Adams up front. Maybe two strikers with Che Adams and Shankland, as we have done sometimes with Che Adams and Lyndon Dykes. It's going to be a bit difficult to really do, but that midfield sort of is rearranged, because we got overcrowded a few times and we were quite exposed and not opening up enough. So it is a little bit, where should we play who? I think the back line pretty much picks himself, but it's the back line and the striker picks himself. The midfield and the wings has to be chopped and changed a little bit to give more space to the players that are going to show a little bit more of a dynamic and resilience against the Germans, Swiss and Hungarians, but we'll see what's going to be happening. But yeah, I will be doing a video throughout the week as well, so make sure to drop a sub to the channel so you can find out when that is, and when your next live stream will be next Friday at 7 p.m. and we will be doing giveaways and prizes for everyone who comes along and checks that one out. Thank you very much for tuning in for today's stream. It was an alright one. The game itself was not boring, and obviously the VAR decision was a bit of a dampener, but we live and we learn and we carry on, and we whinge about it in our sleep. But realistically, we're going to a tournament, and that's what matters. Thanks very much for tuning in. I will see you next week, and goodbye.